Hello there,
Hello.
Tom
And Daria
here from the Studio Oko.
from Krakow in
Yes,
Poland.
we would like to invite you for today's lesson. We will show you how to draw a landscape using an eraser. So prepare any kind of eraser you already have. It can be eraser like this, it can be eraser in a pencil. It's quite precise. Prepare a sheet of paper and a pencil. It can be medium pencil. We will start in the moment. Please ask us any questions you would like to ask in the comments. It will be a pleasure for us to answer your questions.
Yes, that's just an example of
Yes.
what we are going to do today. How we can work with pencil, but not only. In fact, drawing more with eraser than pencil.
So,
Let's start.
exactly. I suggest you to start from drawing the line exactly in the 1/3 from the bottom. It's quite nice and often used proportion in the landscape. You can hold your pencil like this and draw the line in the direction you hold the pencil. It helps to draw straight horizontal or vertical lines. You can draw the line several times.
Yes, that's our horizon.
Yes, just to practice. Like this.
It's
So
like warm up.
we start from the sketch and the linear sketch, and then we will draw the paper with the gray shade. As you saw, I use the brush, quite big brush, to remove the parts of anything of graphite, of the eraser.
Just to clean the paper.
Yes, just to clean the paper. It's just a much more safe way to clean the paper than cleaning it with your hand, because the hand will smudge the pencil. So, Daria,
We have horizon.
we have
What
horizon.
next?
I suggest to draw 3 houses. It will be a small village in the bay. Would you like to? Okay. I think we can start with just the rectangle like this. Just to place the house. Usually when we draw, we first place the shape in really simplified way.
Like a square or rectangle.
Exactly. Yes. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Hello. So it will be our first house right here. The next house we can place somewhere here. It can be different size, like this. It will be below the horizon, so it suggests already that it's below our eye level, because the horizon is always placed the same height at the same level at our eyes. And the last house, maybe a little bit more far away.
Like a cottage.
Yes, in
Small cottage.
fact, it will be just a cottage. So already we can draw the roof with the triangle like this. And there we go. We have a nice cottage. As you see, I'm using really how to describe this kind of line. Sketchy line. It's really soft. It's really intuitive line. So remember, hold the pencil really softly. Don't push it too hard to the paper. Sometimes I use a comparison that we should handle the pencil like a butterfly in our fingers. So really, really delicate. Okay, I think we can place the roof of the next house like this in different perspective. Okay, and the wall. It will be just the house on the just near the water, just on the edge of the river or a bay. I think it may have a small chimney like this. Good evening, Mira. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. And the last house will be a little bit more complicated because our skills are increasing. So
yes, we started with the cottage.
Yes.
And build up.
Yes. So
our skills.
So the last house will be a bigger one like this, and just take a look how easy it is to create the house just from the rectangle or square. Yes, the level of the roof maybe a little bit lower like this. You can draw a little bit longer lines. It's always a good way to draw straight lines. If you draw them longer, it's easier to much easier to draw the lines in the straight way like this. So we should take care about the level. There is almost no perspective. It's just so close to the horizon. We will speak soon about the perspective today. It's just enough. Okay, to not complicate the house more, we leave it like this.
So, what about having a moment of relaxation?
Yes.
And do a gray field of the sky.
Yes, because today we will use a lot of grays, a lot of gray shading. So now you can handle the pencil more like this, not in the beginning, but the top end of the pencil, and draw lines really softly and play with the lines. They don't have to be really in one direction. The sky will be a little bit cloudy, so
And we can cover the houses
yes,
as well.
yes. You can use 2 layers of lines. The surface will be just smoother, just
It's when you're changing the angle
Yes.
of your hand,
yes, exactly.
the field is much more even.
The music of the pencil, it's like jazzy percussion.
It's with a little gradient. It's darker on the left side.
And it's good. And I think we can use the gradient also on the sky, so the top of the sky may be a little bit darker. And I suggest to use a little bit harder pencil, because it will be hard to erase that pencil. It's too soft. It's really good exercise for shading.
It's also like a physical exercise.
Yes. I think the top of the sky should be a little bit darker.
But with this pencil it would take a little bit longer because it's more delicate, lighter.
Okay, so leave it like this.
Oh no! I really like it. Maybe not yet. Just a few more lines.
Congratulations. So now for
So now
some
you're going to erase it.
yes, now for some relax you can take the eraser and we can play with some clouds. Try to erase different shapes of the clouds like this. Daria would like to add, as you go lower to the horizon, the clouds should be smaller and more horizontal. You can use also razor like this.
It's a powerful tool.
Yes, it's much more efficient. Would you like to try?
Yeah, that's really nice.
But you see the level is the same. Yes, like it's bigger.
Maybe too much of...
Too much dots. Too many dots. Yes, play with the shapes of the clouds. Try to not repeat some lines. Make them just different. As you see, when we use different erasers, we have a different results, different shapes. Of course, you can erase your own clouds. They don't have to be exactly like ours. So now it's nice part. You can take the brush and add some shadows.
Pencil.
Sorry, pencil. I was looking on the brush. And you can draw some shadows under the clouds. Especially closer to the horizon. Would you like to draw your own, Daria? Thank you, Anna, for so nice comments. Yes, the electric eraser, it's quite nice tool. You also can add some darker parts on the clouds, like this.
But try not to overdo it. So it's important
Yes.
that the lines doesn't look like they're separated from the clouds. I really like the way the clouds disappear in this white.
Yes, me neither.
And I think we could play with it, like leave the white here,
Yes.
and here use the white cloud as contrast
Background.
to the
Yes.
darker
Yes, behind
roof of the cottage.
Yes. So you can erase a little bit more, or I can do it. Yes, like this. It's really good and nice idea to use the values in this way. In fact, today we play with the light and shade all the time. And we should try to treat the shapes, the houses and the horizon, as one, as not separated shapes, but just connected like this. So that's the reason why we use the shading. In this way we can add a little bit more gray right here. And we can add the shading on the surface of the water, because this part will be the water. And you can use horizontal lines like this. Now everything is really gray, but don't worry, we will correct this and we'll work with the shades quite soon. Okay, because it's good to change parts of drawing, we can add some bright part on the roof like this. and here. You can also add some white parts on the next roof and on the chimney, of course. And we can add 2 white windows. And we can erase also the cottage main floor like this. The cottage wall, in fact, it has almost 1 floor, so you can add now the light on the water, because the house has its own reflection in the water just somewhere here. And the same under the cottage, and here the reflection of the windows. So now everything is gray and white, and it's good moment to add some dark shadows, some dark values. Daria, you can...
So maybe it's a time for rocks. Rocks, kind of maybe it's not cliff exactly.
Or the forest under the horizon, over the horizon. Yes, take a look how Daria handled the pencil. You push it really with a lot of force to the paper.
Yes, I think I prefer this one.
Hey Joanna, it's good news that you have bought your Progresso pencils.
You can change to have different values.
Yes, I think it's nice. It's enough, not too many of these lines.
Mm-hmm.
I like.
You said about contrast.
Yes, I like the character of them. Yes, it's important part because we can add the forest and it will add a lot of contrast, and it will help
on the
to,
small forest or bigger trees?
I think, quite small like this. The places where the forest touches the edges of the buildings, just draw it a little bit more precisely, like this. And now we can add some
Shadows.
yes, some shadows under the edges of the roofs, like this. So in this simplicity, it's there is a lot of nice drawing effect. I like this way of drawing a lot, because we just reveal a little bit of details. We just draw using the light and shadow only. Almost the contours almost disappear now. Would you like to try also to add some details?
This house I will leave to you.
Okay. I think we can play with the house just on the near the water and add some maybe the boat like this.
Mm-hmm.
wooden stairs like this, and even the person or two persons. And reflections in the water. So we create all the story about these houses and people. We can add tiny windows. And the windows to the next building. I think we can show the roof, top of the roof of other building just on the right side. What do you think, Daria? Is it ready?
Yes, I think it is. Maybe a little bit. Some reflections here in the water.
Mm-hmm. Maybe this wall can be darker.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, as you can see, you can decide where to put the contrast in your drawing. Yes, now it's much better. and maybe a little oops, too strong. It's too dark. Yes, like this. Okay, we suggest you to continue your drawing, your story as you would like to. Using the eraser, using your pencils. You can play with the lines, you can play with the different shades, and you can create your own story in your drawing. Treat it as fun and have a lot of joy. And thank you for today.
Thank you.
See you next Tuesday in the same hour. You can leave your drawings, you can put your drawings in the comments below. Thank you very much and have a nice day and nice week. See you.
See you soon.